Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into an important and educational topic within the cannabis space: how to recognize the difference between low-quality and high-quality cannabis. This video is strictly for informational purposes and is intended for audiences in regions where cannabis use is legal and regulated. Always make sure to follow your local laws and guidelines. If you've ever encountered cannabis in a legal setting, you'll know that quality can vary significantly. Sometimes you come across something fresh, aromatic, and carefully cultivated. Other times, the product may feel underwhelming or poorly handled. Understanding these differences is essential for making informed decisions and avoiding low-quality products. In this video, we'll break everything down into 4 key categories: the look, the smell, the feel, and the overall experience. By the end, you'll have a simple, practical checklist that makes recognizing quality much easier. Before we jump in, remember, this channel is for viewers over 18, and our content is purely educational. We're not here to promote or encourage illegal activity. In the UK, cannabis cultivation remains illegal without a license. What we are doing is learning plant science and helping beginners avoid common mistakes. Chapter 1. The look. The first thing most people notice is the appearance. High-quality cannabis typically looks vibrant and visually appealing. You may notice bright green tones, sometimes accompanied by deep purples or hints of orange. One of the most important visual features is a frosty, crystal-like coating. These tiny structures are called trichomes. Trichomes are important because they produce compounds such as cannabinoids and terpenes. A strong presence of these crystals often indicates that the plant was grown and harvested at the right time, and that it was handled with care afterward. The structure of the flower also tells a story. Well-grown cannabis tends to have a dense, well-formed shape. This suggests that the plant received proper lighting, airflow, and nutrients during its growth cycle. On the other hand, low-quality cannabis often looks dull or faded. Colours may appear brownish or yellow, which can indicate age or improper storage. If you notice any signs of mould, such as white or grey fuzz, the product should not be used under any circumstances. Additionally, excessive stems or seeds can be a sign of poor cultivation practices. While appearance isn't the only factor, it is often the first and most immediate indicator of quality. Chapter 2. The smell. Aroma plays a major role in identifying cannabis quality. Properly grown and cured cannabis has a noticeable and distinct smell. Depending on the variety, it might have citrus, earthy, herbal, or slightly sweet notes. These aromas come from compounds known as terpenes. Terpenes contribute not only to scent, but also to the overall character of the product. When cannabis is handled correctly during drying and curing, these compounds are preserved. Lower quality cannabis often lacks a strong aroma or may smell like hay, grass, or something stale. This usually indicates that it was not cured properly or has degraded over time. In some cases, an unpleasant or overly sharp smell may suggest poor storage conditions. The smell test is one of the easiest ways to assess quality, because it provides immediate feedback that if the aroma is strong and pleasant, it usually reflects careful processing. If it is weak or off-putting, it may indicate a lower standard product.
Today I'm showing you a Mars HydroSmart indoor growing system, focusing on how precise environmental control can improve plant growth efficiency and stability. The core setup includes a humidifier, dehumidifier, inline fan and clip fan, all integrated with the iHub Pro iControl smart system and a grow tent. You can easily set temperature and humidity strategies through a mobile app or control panel for fully automated adjustments. In the hydroponic zone W system, automated water circulation and oxygen supply require a carefully maintained humidity level, while in the soil zone, a drip irrigation system precisely controls moisture to prevent root rot. All devices are connected through the smart system, enabling real-time environmental monitoring and automatic activation of fans, humidifiers, or dehumidifiers to maintain optimal growing conditions. Whether hydroponic or soil-based, plants can thrive in a stable environment. This system not only reduces manual work, but also ensures an efficient, safe, and professional indoor growing experience. If you're looking to build a smarter and more efficient grow setup, visit the Mars Hydro website to learn more.
Chapter 3. The Feel. Touch is another reliable way to evaluate cannabis quality. High-quality cannabis typically feels slightly sticky due to the presence of natural resins. When gently squeezed, it should feel firm with a slight give. If the material crumbles easily into dust, it may be too dry or old. This can reduce overall quality and affect the experience. On the other hand, if it feels overly damp or spongy, it may not have been dried correctly, which can lead to safety concerns such as mold development. Breaking a small piece apart can also reveal useful information. A clean break with a slight snap from the stem often indicates proper drying and curing. The balance is important. Good cannabis should not feel too brittle or too moist. It should maintain its structure while still feeling fresh and slightly tacky. Chapter 4. The Overall Experience. In regions where cannabis consumption is legal, the overall experience becomes the final indicator of quality. High-quality cannabis is often associated with a smoother and more consistent experience. Lower quality products may result in a harsher or less predictable outcome. However, it's important to remember that individual experiences can vary depending on personal tolerance and environment. Responsible use is key. Always follow local laws, avoid overconsumption, and ensure you are in a safe and appropriate setting if cannabis use is permitted. Additional considerations. Beyond the main 4 categories, there are a few extra factors worth keeping in mind. Storage plays a significant role in maintaining quality. Cannabis should be kept in a cool, dark place in an airtight container to preserve its characteristics. Purchasing from regulated and licensed sources is also important. Legal markets typically enforce quality standards, testing, and labeling requirements that help ensure safety. Lab testing can provide information about cannabinoid content and the absence of harmful contaminants. This is another advantage of regulated environments. Understanding the look, smell, feel, and overall experience can help you identify cannabis quality more effectively. These simple observations can make a significant difference when choosing products in legal markets.